Good morning, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Kick, and all the other platforms we're on. It is way too early to be up, but there's a reason. Today we're going to be getting some of the infamous data that ChirPow seems to never have, unable to answer any questions because he has to look at the data. And today we're going to be getting some. We have a pretty action-packed release of data coming in 9 minutes. That's right. Now 8 minutes. We are looking at some really big numbers, and these numbers are going to influence the Fed at the next upcoming FOMC meeting, and that is in September. At the moment, the market is not looking for an interest rate hike, at least by our probability counter, but these numbers today could change that. CPI and core CPI, two of the big ones. These represent inflation, and they're some of the most important numbers that the Fed chairman look at when deciding what to do with monetary policy. So, as we have 8 minutes to go, there's probably something that would be very helpful to understand before we really get these numbers. And that would be, what is CPI, what is core CPI, and I'm gonna do my best in 8 minutes to tell you. So let's start with CPI, US CPI. Basically, it's a consumer price index. That's what it stands for, CPI. It's a measure that examines the weighted average of prices of a basket of consumer goods and services, such as transportation, food, and medical care. You can already hear it as I'm describing this, that these are maybe not the best metrics for inflation. These are things, as they're weighted, who's deciding the weighting? What are they aiming for? What number do they want, or what direction do they want these numbers to skew? You can already hear how there's going to be interpretation in it, and it definitely is prone to, I don't want to say manipulation, but it's prone to maybe not representing reality. CPI is calculated by taking the price changes of each item in the predetermined basket of goods and basically averaging them. Goods and services are weighted according to their importance. Again, who decides importance and at what weight in the average consumer's consumption patterns. In the U.S., the CPI is reported by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which will be releasing it in 7 minutes, and it's used as an indicator of inflation, reflecting the annual percentage change in the cost of consumer goods. So basically, the stuff we're buying, the stuff we do every day. While that does seem to shift, and this definition is very odd still, I believe televisions are like weighed in there still at a big value, which is like who buys televisions. I mean, we all do, but not like 20 years ago. It's a very interesting, kind of strange metric. So I'm going to go through really quick maybe the implications of CPI. Then I'm going to tell you core CPI do the same. And then if I can fit it in 6 minutes, I'm going to tell you basically the difference in a breakdown. So the macroeconomic implications of CPI rising, which is what we're maybe looking at today. We have seen crude oil and energy move up over the last 2 weeks, and those are major factors in overall inflation. If you think about it, energy is the core cost of all goods, and that's specifically relevant to Bitcoin, as energy is literally its material, right? So as prices rise, we see reduced purchasing power. The real value of money decreases, meaning consumers can buy less with the same amount of money, and this can reduce the standard of living if wages don't rise at the same rate as prices, and that is what we have seen year over year. Interest rates, central banks like the Federal Reserve in the U.S. may raise interest rates to combat high inflation. That's what we've seen over the last 2 years, and that's what we're potentially looking at in September and again in November. Higher rates can reduce borrowing and spending, which essentially can slow down economic growth. So if these numbers come in high and we're looking for another interest rate hike, we may be looking for the Fed to continue putting the brakes on the economy and slowing things down. Distortions in spending and investing. People might change their spending habits and investment habits. For instance, they might buy different goods, or they might buy cheaper goods, or they might not have the extra money to invest. This impacts the pocket of you and me and everyone out there. Competitiveness internationally. Basically, if a country's inflation rate is higher than that of its trading partners, it becomes relatively more expensive. This can reduce exports and increase exports, potentially leading to trade deficits, which has been a huge talk in U.S. economy over the last, I don't even know at this point, the trade deficit thing. Everything's moving so fast, I can't even keep track of it all. I think that was only a month or two ago. So when CPI falls, they have basically the opposite impacts. Increased real debt burdens. The real value of debt increases in a deflationary environment, and that means borrowers find it harder to pay off their debts. And potential defaults and bankruptcies very relevant, as we've been talking about the U.S. debt. Interest payments accelerating at a pace that seems uncontrollable. And CPI falling may further that as well. Reduce spending. People obviously may delay purchases, expect prices to fall farther in the future, and that can lead to increase in a demand which slows down economic growth, all really in their wheelhouse of what they're looking for at the Fed. We have stagnation, low or negative interest rates. We're really not in territory of that yet, maybe in a year, something from now. Hoarding money, the last one. When inflation goes down, people can begin to hoard money, and this is just like Bitcoin. Why do you want to spend money that might be worth more tomorrow? It makes sense. Core CPI varies a little bit differently. This is a measure that examines a weighted average of prices of a basket of goods. Sounds familiar, but these are of things like services, transportation, etc. And this can be calculated basically in the same way with a weighted basket. Core CPI excludes certain items from the basket, and this is most notably good and energy prices. So core CPI we may see come in lower, while regular CPI may come in higher with that energy concern. We have 3 minutes. Keep the energy going, guys. I'm almost done. Please smash the likes, subscribe, share the stream, etc. We're going to try to get this hype. We haven't had a hype stream since Chirpow. By excluding these volatile components, core CPI can provide a clearer view of determining long-term inflation trends. I disagree, but that's fine. The impacts are honestly really similar when CPI and core CPI rise or fall, so I don't think I'm going to reiterate that. Really, it is the exact same thing. So the only thing left here in the last 2 minutes, I think I'm going to be able to fit it in, is they're both indicators of inflation, but they vary by the items that they include, and that is an attempt to get a better gauge on inflation. Is there any notes I missed? CPI is considered the broader measure of inflation, where core CPI is considered the more narrow measure of inflation, removing items from the basket, food and energy, etc. I think that's it. While CPI can give a comprehensive view of general inflation, including services and goods, core CPI provides a more stable outlook by excluding volatile things like we just named. Both indicators can be valuable and are absolutely important to traders. So there we go. I somehow did it. We have 1 minute to go. Woo, I'm sweating. I don't have the air on. It's early. Chris PW subscribed. Shout out to my man, Chris P. Dubs. Taking the scribe virginity with just a minute to go. This number is coming in hot. We have a poll going. Vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. What do you guys think? You only have like 60 seconds. 41% are saying higher than expected. I would agree. Core CPI might be lower. 40% as expected, 19% lower. So looking at core, we're looking for a forecast of 0.02 change month over month. We're going to get the month over month, year over year, month over month and year over year for both core and regular CPI. So core month over month 0.2, year over year 4.8. CPI year over year 3.3, month over month 0.2. These are the numbers we're definitely looking at. Another big one that's going to be coming out in a minute, which I didn't cover, is jobless claims. And I do not have time to do it in 1 minute. However, jobless claims combined with CPI and core CPI are probably the three biggest datas that Chirpow has been begging for at the end of the FOMC meetings. Just begging, someone please get me the data. I'll have to look at the data. So here we go. I managed to burn that time, and it was actually really well done. We have 20 seconds to go. Good morning. How is everyone doing? What's up, Eric Walden, Mohammed, Crypto Steve, Monkey, and El Kiwala, Shoyab, Sabir. Neutral will not impact much, likely. Coins Chick, you're up early, darling. Fancy me and you here, baby. John Higgins, you've been to the local store. This is the thing that's funny is no matter what numbers come out, we all live these numbers in real time. And here they are printing right before our eyes. Core CPI, boom, right at target. Month over month at target, year over year, slightly under target. Is that correct? Actual forecast? Yes, slightly under target. Going to regular CPI, slightly under target and month over month on target. This is actually pretty good. We're seeing both measures of inflation come in just slightly lower on the year over year time frame, showing that since last year to this year, we are seeing a cooling of inflation. That's going to be absolutely a positive thing going into the discussions for September. This is going to be the data. Now, this doesn't guarantee they're going to say, it's over, let's reverse. But it is big, and it is in the direction we wanted. Now, the other important ones, they're just populating still. Initial jobless claims. This is the quad... What comes after a hat trick? A quadric? A quad hat trick? I don't know. But this is the 4 in a row. We had the hat trick, now we're getting the 4th. Initial jobless claims, 248K. Projected 230. That means we have more jobless claims coming in, meaning higher unemployment, or at least the way the Fed looks at it. This is perfect. Now, these could be a lot more extreme. I want to preface this with, we see the month over month changes right at target. The year over year changes down only 0.1%, but these are very important percents, even if they're just 0.1. But combined with unemployment rising or initial jobless claims rising, this is all 4 metrics. 4? 3? The hat trick. All 3 metrics that the Fed may be looking at, all in the positive, or at least in my view, the positive for suggesting or inferring the slowdown of interest rate hikes. Now, if we look at Trueflation.com, and honestly, I would trust anybody over the Fed to judge inflation, so I trust Trueflation more. When we look at the USA's Trueflation, this honestly doesn't make sense either, because like you guys were saying in the chat, I go to the store. Everything I buy is more expensive. Everything. I'm in the same boat. It is insane how much money I'm spending on the same bullshit I used to buy, and it's smaller portions even, and it costs more. So for Trueflation to be at 2.3% year-on-year change, that would say that last year, in August, to right now, overall, goods are only 2.3% more expensive. Something about that doesn't make sense to me. Something about that isn't quite right. However, the target for the Fed is 2% inflation, so even by Trueflation's measure, it still has about 0.37% to go. Something of note, Trueflation actually never reached, in this year, it never reached below 2%. So even if we say this metric's better, 2.08% is the lowest. We saw that in July, and that's still above the 2% target. Why 2% target? Many people ask this. Honestly, I think they just made it up. I think Janet Yellen made it up. But I think the kind of pseudo reasoning behind it is that gold supply inflates at 2% a year or something, and so that's what they target. The answer is this: no matter what percent you inflate over time, if you continue year over year to inflate, you are on the path to hyperinflation. Obviously, the lower the percent, the longer it takes, but that's pretty irrelevant when you think about a nation that may be around for hundreds of years. Whether it's at 10% or 2%, it's going towards the same infinity inflation curve without some kind of dramatic deflationary event. Sick. We got 1,500 viewers? Right on. Right on. We're not done. The numbers just came out. It's 8:34. We've had 4 minutes to digest these. We're going to look at some charts, specifically the dollar, bonds, stocks, Bitcoin, etc. Stick around, guys. Please don't go anywhere. The fun has just begun. I got up at like 7 in the morning to do this, so I'm so happy you all are here. Do me a favor, smash that like button. We have 1,500 people. We can get 420 likes right now. Every time we get 420 likes, YouTube sends me a very nicely written letter that says I'm the best. I haven't gotten one in a while. I'd really appreciate it. So all you have to do, pick up your finger, put it on the thumbs up button, click it. If you don't like the show later on, you can change your mind. That's fine. I do see Pedro Costa subscribed, Keith B, Jimmy W, Chris PW, Ridvan Tabak, Elijah Hughes. I think I got that one already. A bunch of subscribers. Uh-oh, I forgot to turn this program off. Cross your fingers it doesn't explode. Cross your fingers my computer doesn't just explode. Sweet, it didn't explode. We should still be connected. Excellent. We're about to get into more chartish stuff, but I am going to turn my attention to the chat for a little bit. I want to see what you guys are looking at, how you're feeling about these numbers. right as I get into that, let's just quick shout everybody out that I see. 420 Bud Monster, GF Burke, Alan Clark, Angry Sack Magic, nice name. As If, Alvi, Barry the Rave, my man. They call me Tom the Rave. Ben C, Brandon Thalman, CK, Chad Jeets, Christopher Selden, Coins Chick, Crypto Stevo, Da Weege, David Brums here in the morning. Hell yeah, man. Dave Digital, there you are. Dashil Rodriguez as well. Devin the Real Dude, Digital Asset News. My man, you're here. What are you thinking? If you guys haven't checked out Digital Asset News, you have to. Also, man, I always forgot. I almost didn't shout out Steve. You gotta check out Steve as well. OpticalArt.com, guys. Great guy. He's been streaming even longer than me, right? I think he's been streaming on YouTube longer than me. So many years have passed, it's hard to tell. Check him out. He's the yin to my yang. I'm the perma bull. He's the perma bear. We have a very good balance between us. Go subscribe to him. As well as Digital Asset News, one of my favorite people. Another awesome YouTuber, man. This guy is great. I love everything that I've heard him say, really. I've been on his channel before. Love the vibe. Check out Digital Asset News. Of course, both these channels are a little different than ours, but they offer you good perspective from solid analysts. None of us know the future. None of us have a crystal ball. None of us are right all the time, but those are two really intelligent people that I respect. So check them out. Go subscribe. Heck yeah. Inflate the likes. Yes. So speaking of inflation, 370 likes, let's inflate that. Because at this rate of inflation, we used to be going for 420. Now that 420 is more like 600. See, that's how inflation goes. It's savage. It is the invisible thief. The invisible hand that steals from everyone. Inflation. It even steals my likes. So let's make up for it. Let's get it. I didn't even finish shouting people out because I saw Digital Asset News. What's up, Donato Cabrera, Easy Game, Flav Gowd, my man. Got me some Humma the Great, Ionco, Pet Cove, Itadaki Masuso, Jesse Takurant, Jimmy Das Hotep, Jimmy Dubs, Joey Daniel, John Higgins, Joshua Carrero, JT Cheesus, Justin Irwin, JZ, Kenny Mac Family, Kevin, Vu, K's of Kami, Quicker, what's up, man? Good to see you again. Leaf, Winchester, Leroy Essel, Lightning Larry, Liquidated Shorts, Liquidation Expert, you guys should hook up. Litecoin, Leo, Logan, MR, Michael Allen. Wow, this list is really long. I like it, fam. Keep the hype going. Mercia Bonik, Mohammed Jafari, M, how you doing, man? Mountain Man, Mohammed Hassanan, Mohammed Al-Maskari, Nate, Quantum Divergence, Nextcar Auto, Nico Lozy, Ninja Glock. How you doing, man? I saw your tweet. Optical Art, of course, Paul Mazaha, Ahmad, Patrick Leishman. I'm never going to get through this. Pena, please. Philly Skills. What's up? Shout out to Philly. Rack, Randy Abgett, Randy Greer, Rave Song Records, Rick S. Brewer, RK, Silky Storm, Smokey the Pixel Invader, Sin, the Applegate Experience, the Poolman, the Principal, Trade Intuition, another guy with another great channel, Up and Run, V, Neil, Vivi Puski, Vishharts, Watashi, Weasley Goose and Wick, John Bravia, Zachariah El Hamadeo, and Monkey. I got everyone that I could get in order. Let's go. Let's effing go. I'm awake in the morning and I have energy. I deadlifted today. I did my deadlifts. Let's close this because we already got the answers. Jimmy Dubs, doing what you do, blessing people. Peace, love, and crypto. Blessings right back to you, my friend Jimmy W. I see you in Miss Teen Crypto's chat. Now, that just rang a bell. Love Miss Teen Crypto. She's not here, I don't think. Maybe she is. But great. Another great channel. There you go. So let's take a peek. We are still, about an hour, a little bit less than an hour before markets open. And the dollar, not liking that. Not liking that. This is the candle. That is the candle. When the number came out, this does make some sense. I think this does make some sense. Those numbers, a lot of people, I think, were expecting them to come in hot. They did not. They came in, honestly, pretty neutral, a little cool. And that maybe is building confidence in the market that the Fed is not going to look to increase interest rates again in September. But this is just the initial move, and we watch events like this all the time, and the initial moves hardly ever seem to kind of extend out into the rest of the day. Isn't that weird? Isn't that odd? And there we go. Dollar almost back to the initial start. This wasn't even a huge drop. 0.13% is pretty big for the dollar, especially not during kind of like New York hours. But that is quite a wick. That is quite a wick. This wick is definitely going to be showing us some buying, at least some buyers are interested at this previous resistance, potentially now turned to support. Let's flip this back green. That candle is hella spicy. I'm going to set an alert right here at 102.2 basically. If it gets back above, wow, it already is. It's already back above the CPI number print, and it honestly looks like it's moving higher here in the short term. I wouldn't be surprised to see this. Now, we don't watch CPIs as much as FOMC, so definitely no expert at the or at the CPI reading of the charts. Unlike the FOMC, we nail a lot. But market open, here's my kind of thought. We saw the initial sell-off. I bet this dollar rally continues until the market opens, where we likely will see something mixed up. There we go. The dollar literally just hit the alert I set. I'm gonna have to set it higher now. Uh-oh. 102.5. 102.5, baby. Let's pull this down. Yep. Not a lot of spice there. Not yet. So the daily is still holding onto a pretty ugly candle. However, August 2nd and 3rd, really this is the exact same price action. This looks like a fractal. You have a high. That high has a doji-ish candle or gravestone, and then a Darth Maul, wick top, wick bottom, long red candle. Same thing here. You have even almost the exact same size on the 2nd and 8th of August. Almost the exact same size candle after these big greens. Now you do have a higher low and you do have a lower high, so you haven't really broken anywhere at this point with the dollar. There's no definitive breakout yet. However, markets still haven't started trading yet. And here's still what's catching my eye. Now, this trend line I added, but I'm not even sure if we really need it. This is still what I'm looking at. From our high in May down to our high in July, we have this descending high trend. We did, I'll admit, I thought we would see a reversal at about 101.8 for the dollar. It did not happen. It even tested as support on the 3rd. But now we have a lower high, and that lower high lines up really well with this descending trend line. Unfortunately, no bearish divergence on the day. That would have been the clincher for me. If we had like a daily bearish divergence on that high, I would have been like, look out below. But no, not even on the 12-hour. Now I'm just nitpicking, trying to find it. Nope. It does seem like the dollar here is pretty clear of bearish divergence. We don't see higher highs on our indicators off a higher low or a lower high on our price. Money flow on the weekly still coming down a little bit. No divergence. Huh. I'm not sold. I'm not sold. I'm not sold. I don't think so. I don't think. So, let's see. Both of these highs are right back at our 618, which is a pretty normal place to see maybe a reversal there. Let's actually, measured move cooked there. I think we reject here. If the dollar doesn't reject right here, like at this lower high off of this trend line, we circled it, we looked at it before, 103.5, probably as high as I think this is going to go. I'd find it very hard to believe that it's going to just rocket up from here. Basically, we have what I'm looking at as like a broadening falling wedge, maybe. And while we do tend to see those reverse to the upside, I'm just not convinced by that low. It didn't really strike strong support. It didn't really break down. There wasn't enough panic. I think we just continue to see this slow bleed. But we still have plenty of time in this day. Let's take a look at how Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin reacting? Not really. This is the TA from last stream. Not TA necessarily. This was the live trade that we were looking at last stream. Basically, we set our order for 29.4. We're looking for a take profit at 29.7, and that actually did not hit. We did have the right idea, but price didn't quite make it there. This hourly candle not looking super duper hot. Lower time frames again, kind of not giving it to me. I don't know. Money flow on the 5 rolling over. Little strength on very small time frames, but very little on very high time frames. And the dollar is already giving me alerts. There it is. I guess we're going to start doing some like CPI charting pattern, because on the announcement we have the sell-off, and now kind of what we said into market open. I think we continue to see this trend, but I think it's likely to reverse at market open. That unfortunately is not good as the dollar climbs. Assets are pushed down. The dollar is more powerful. It's able to purchase more, so the value in dollars goes down, just as any two asset pair functions. Boo. 10-year mortgage rates. I wish I could do it daily on this, but you can't. When does this update? August 7th? It already has been August 7th. Why didn't you update? Something tells me that's going to push up to that 8.8 level. Bitcoin dominance, unremarkable at the moment. Nothing there. Not a lot of alpha. Let's look at gold. Gold looked like a hot garbage yesterday. Looks like it is a little bit happy off of this CPI here today, but nothing super exciting. Dang. It did have a nice corresponding inverse rally to the dollar selling off on the CPI release, but now, just like the dollar, it's basically returned to where it started, and net nothing burger on gold at the moment. Let's pull up CoinGecko. Ooh, gold might pull a sneaky though. Sorry, that was a really high wick, 1930. Might pull a sneaky here. Let's take a peek. Shiba, my baby SHIB is my baby, my long position baby SHIB, up 1% in the hour, but it's basically where it was yesterday. XDC, this thing seems to always be in the highest gainers or losers, no matter when we look at them. Flexcoin, okay, I know no one, well, I won't say no one cares about Flexcoin, but really quickly, Flexcoin, we looked at this yesterday and said, man, this chart's ugly because it's on Uniswap, blah, blah. It did push past $8. Traded up to $8.59. Did not expect that to happen. This is very illiquid, though, and it makes it hard to chart. It makes it hard to really do anything with it. But looking at just this chart, it does start to look like some kind of rising wedge, and some kind of rising wedge likely to play out like this and have some kind of move to the downside. I'm not going to put any more time into charting it. I'm basically just going to alert you guys when it moves up, because it moved into a new all-time high past $8. It is in price exploration, at least for the moment, and in those circumstances, TA can become very, very difficult, as there is no real support or there is no real resistance above you. That is why we love to use the Fibonacci extension retracement tool to use our 1618 and 2 measured move targets. These are just logical places based on price action percent moves where people look to take positions on longs or open up shorts, etc. And those are some really high targets up at $27. I don't want to spur hopium here. Without the market kind of seeing some strength, I don't really think we're going to see that in the short term, but I did want to update you. It did hit a new high. KASPA, really quick, because this has been breaking its all-time high, and we have a very snarky trade kind of waiting to fill here. Price is still inching on down, currently at 44.9 cents. KASPA, not Costa. Strike Costa, KASPA. There's too many things in the world. Did hit a new all-time high just a day or two ago at 52 cents. We are looking, or I am looking, I should say, for a potential long entry where back at the previous all-time high, and that is at 40, I keep saying 42, it's 4.27 cents right here. Right here. This is a classic trading pattern. You hit an all-time high, you retrace, you break your all-time high, you bump, you run, you test that previous resistance as support. That would be a just dandy. Using that same extension, moon math, I'll call it, because nothing says these have to hit. These just tend to hit once markets get hot and you break all-time highs, these extensions. The same thing that we looked at for Flex, our 1618 is at 9.5 cents, and our 2 measured move is just above 15 cents. So no guarantee they will happen, but if this long fills and doesn't get stopped, I may look to ride that to 9.5 cents, and I'm probably taking this trade. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. Quick update to our XRP from yesterday. Price literally did exactly it. Wow. I don't like to brag because it just doesn't mean anything. It doesn't get anything. It's worthless. But literally this, we called it. It was rallying back up, and I said, well, probably looking for a lower high and a push back down. Now, our low hasn't been broken, so this isn't, we can't declare victory yet. This isn't Bush in 2006 or whatever. We can't declare victory, but it is looking pretty good still. Is looking pretty good on this trade to be filled. The worst case is it doesn't get filled, in my opinion. But we've been looking for 55 cents-ish here on XRP literally since the 13th of July when we rallied, and it sniped my 95-cent take profit by fractions of a penny. Let me check back in on Moons as well. This has been on my radar. We've talked about it quite a bit as it has been as well, breaking all-time highs and making moves. Beautiful move on our last live stream. And our target was, again, the all-time high, 64.4 cents, and that seems to be on track as price continues to march up slowly but surely. 64.4 cents does seem to be coming up pretty quick, actually. Pretty quick. Now we are on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green daily candles. I highly caution you guys to make emotional decisions. 7 green dailies in a row, not usually the best time to market order in. If anything, and you've missed this and you're feeling FOMO, I might wait for something like this, just similar to the KASPA move. Push up above previous all-time high, if it even comes, and then potentially look to take a position at that previous all-time high, 64.4 cents. I think that's a pretty slick play. That's a pretty slick play. Pre-slee play, if I do say so myself. Whew, it is hot as balls in this room. I am actually sweating. Can you guys tell that I'm sweating? I'm like actually sweating. I don't think I've sweat this much live. I don't have the AC on. I should probably turn it on. To update the live trades, I don't really think that there's any changes to our live trades. No, I don't think anything's been filled or stopped. Volatility has been very boring. Very boring. And then my more private-y trades, our SHIB. My SHIB is up 1,500. It's still not the most up it's been, but it does look pretty good here. Mark price is almost back to, what, 501. I did lock in some profit there. The long looking okay. It's only up 3%. Short up to 8.8%. It's just not very remarkable. Not a lot of spicy trade going on. Me and CryptoFace were joking about that the other day. How terrible price action has been for trading. He's like, what? You don't want to take profit on a $100 move? What do you mean? I mean, I agree. No. By the way, guys, if you haven't gone to tomcrown.io, it's pinned all over the place. Tomcrown.io, here you will find all of my links. So all of our sponsors, Fairdesk, Femex, MarketCypher, Luxago, TradingView, and then even Crown Analysis is along with my socials. This page looks really good on mobile. I highly recommend you open it up. But please go, if you have not yet, sign up for Fairdesk, sign up for Femex using my link. You will get very nice deposit bonuses using my link. That's right. There's different tiers and stuff, and it helps support the channel. Go forth. Go forth. Let's go back to the dollar quick. Already losing some of those gains. My thesis of this is not really turning out to be true. It's already reversed here. Let's see on really low time frames what the dollar's looking at. Definitely some heaviness on the 1 minute. Now this is very zoomed in, not a lot of relevance to anything else except for very short-term price action. It did become extremely oversold there on that announcement, but I'm not seeing much. So I will acknowledge there is bullish divergence right here. We have a low and then just an unarguably lower low. However, RSI has been coming up. Our lows have been ascending, so we can actually bring this all the way back to about here as lows kept moving lower and RSI lows kept moving higher. That is bullish divergence. It is on the 5 minute, and so it's not like Moontown time, but it is suggesting that maybe this sell-off will see a little bit more reprieve shortly. The 15-minute on MarketCypher B is absolute garbage. We just have lower lows. This is a clear downtrend on the 15. really, really ugly. However, you do have that same bullish divergence. It's the same pattern. Your lows are coming up, but your price lows are moving down. And that is indicating a reversal. Doesn't mean reversal the second, but it indicates a reversal is likely coming. Issues here, as we zoom out onto the 30-minute, you see that that bullish divergence isn't really there, or is a little less clear. The problem is if the 30-minute closes lower, I guess we have 4 minutes, but even technically in the next 30-minute, if we trade lower, RSI may be pulled down lower than our previous low, and then price will match RSI, and we won't have that divergence anymore. That would be a pretty bearish thing to happen in the short term. None of this is super long term. Nothing there. This is like the spiciest dollar candle I've seen in a long time. Also, in opposition to what I was saying about the low time frame bullish divergence, bullish divergence. Actually, this isn't in opposition, is it? No. You have bullish divergence even on your 4 hour, but this becomes a bigger one. Your RSI is coming down. Your price has not moved lower. If you go by the candles and you're looking for this candle in the next 2 hours to close above 1019, but we're actually seeing some pretty low time frame reversal signs. Can't say I love that, but that's what the charts are saying. Charts are charts. There's not much we can do about it. Bitcoin giving no Fs, honey badgering, just trading sideways. Okay. Nothing. Have we gotten 420 likes yet? We can do it. We have so many people watching. We need 420 likes, and we need 420 subscribers. The second one I'll negotiate on. I'll bring the number down, but I think we can do it. Let's do it. If everyone out there that's watching right now subscribes, that isn't subscribed, we'll do it. I won't let you down. It will not be a wasted subscribe. We do have some new subscribers that I missed. Haroon Anwar, Dakurues, Neil Reed Chesworth, Muneb Alam, Mr. Ayavaris, Earth's Wanders, Jimmy W with the super chat. I appreciate that. Lee Wamu, Ghost Ghoul, John Collin, Pedro Costa. My thing's being really buggy. It's like now not showing me some that were there. That's okay. Let's look into some really quick analytics here. Some of our favorite metrics just to peer in on what has changed on our liquidation map. One of my favorite tools as of recently. I have found some really sniper take profits and entries with this. Highly recommend. I have a short about it out there somewhere. It's not super in depth, but I recommend checking it out. So we actually have seen a big change up since yesterday. A big change up. The amount of longs that have opened has definitely grown since yesterday. We have about 3.5 billion to the downside, 1.4 to maybe 2 on the upside. Here's the problem. When we looked at this, and it was the other way around, and we said, man, we have $4 billion worth of shorts all the way up to 31. It's only 10% move for $4 billion worth of liquidation. I have to take this off. I'm sweating. Price moved up. Now we have the reverse. We have $3.5 billion worth of long liquidations to move price down only to 27.7. So how far is that? That's actually a pretty big move, 27.7. Right on down to one of our supports. No, I guess not. It's only a 6.5% move. Wow, I don't like that. To me, that is probably suggesting that's going to happen. Wow. 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 27.6. 27.6. Let's see. Zooming on in. Damn, I'm sweaty. Damn, son. We're doing these. 27.6. Where do we get this from? Oh, 20. No. 27.6 all the way back here. I think there was something else that lined up well with it. Maybe it was the daily. Nope. Not the daily. I don't know. We did mark it as support. Technically, I mean, April back here, but I wouldn't really count this usually as it's been completely filled in efficiency. Even with a little selling off. Again, we're looking for 29,283 for Bitcoin to close this weekly. It'll be a bullish engulf. Things will look pretty damn good. Weekly money flow still going up. VWAP moving up. Momentum hasn't even pinched yet. Things are looking pretty good on that front. I'm digging it. I'm loving it. I'm going to look at Ethereum really quick because we haven't looked at Ethereum in a few days. While I do this, join the Discord. Check out the playlist. Wow, Ethereum. No wonder we haven't looked at it. Ethereum even less volatile than Bitcoin, it looks like. Wow. Wow. You can definitely get rid of some of this. Let's update this chart here. Ethereum not trading any bullish engulfed weekly at the moment. That's 1861. This trade was so good, but somehow it just didn't play out. Ooh. Huh. You got 1770 below you has very strong support. I'm still in that long, but I guess that long, when did we even take it? Because like at this price, it would have had to been the third. I don't know. I'm not going to take any more trades right now, today. I don't like this. I don't like whatever this is. Whatever this is, I don't want to trade this. Sell off on the CPI, immediately run those shorts. Break past that. Break past where you fell from. And immediately back down. Let's look at these retracements, actually. 0.5. Yeah, from here? Yeah. Actually, that's kind of nasty. That wick just tagged the 618 and came back down. Sitting at the 0.5 right now. Let's put another eye on here. Now it looks like a smiley face. Ta-da! Ha ha ha. I'm not loving it. I don't think I'm going to open new trades today. This is going to break. I don't know when it's going to break. It could break up or down. And when it does, I think pretty much we're just going to see leverage position swept. That's going to be gnarly. It's going to be gnarly. The Doodle Master. I'm a Doodle Man. How do authors make money on crowd analysis? Well, at the moment, no one really makes money on crowd analysis. Just, we're getting there. We're getting there. We got ad revenue, but it's not enough to really pay. No, Crypto Sharknado, no, you found out your little beam might also have gotten cancer. No, dude, no, that's terrible. Miss Teen Crypto, there she is. Did you hear your ears burning? Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto. This is my favorite little mama. She's going live in 45 minutes. You guys better be there. C9, should me get rid of that. Moons, I got my alert. Here. Oh. Got so many charts. SHIB moving back up, still aiming for 1100 at least. Dominance doing nothing. Mortgages still in cup and handle. This is some old TA. I know that was TA from the last stream. Easy peas. Oh man. It's getting up. So not a lot of move. That we had like 1 second of spice. But you know what? Nothing burgers are what's for lunch, baby. We eat nothing burgers for breakfast and lunch in crypto. Today's gonna be a rough day of trading. I wouldn't also be surprised if Bitcoin's just extremely sideways, mostly because that is what we have seen from it over the last, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, months. I guess I will leave you guys with some kind of trade, huh? Some kind of trade. Give me 1 second to craft. To masterfully craft this trade. Shorts to the upside. Liquidate 29.9. 29.9. On that to 30. That's back here. I don't know if he'll get there. I don't know how much I like this trade. I feel more comfortable up here, 29.8. Just don't know if it'll fill. It's okay. Unfilled trades are wins. That's what we say. I could see a short from like 29.9. Looking for your stop. Honestly, you want to be scaredy cat about it. 30.3. Yeah, 30.3. Right above that was like 30.2 licks. Problem is you're going to have a big downside targets, but I think you have some good choices. Your downside targets, you can say, all right, I'm only going to play it to 29.2. That would make sense. However, we just looked at our liquidations, and we said liquidations 29.2. That's the first target. Then we go to 28.8, and then we go to 28.2. Actually, that's on Binance. I forgot. And that's just today. Although that did sound good. It sounded very good. 29.8, that lines up better actually with what we're looking for. And God, these long licks, man, they're just smooth all the way down 27.6. I think this trade right here, if it fills, this could be the hedge trade to that 29.6. Since that's a 7% downside versus a 1% upside. You could loosen this. I don't know if I want that though. Could loosen this up to like a 3-to-1. Something like that. There's a trade for today. I don't think it'll fill today. If it does, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. But what you guys should do is join the Discord. Yeah, yes, I see. Man, we had a lot of people viewing there for a little bit, and it just right back down. But 750 is still badass. It's so early in the morning. I'm so happy you guys joined me today. We're going to be live again tomorrow because it's Friday, baby. Make sure you join the Discord, like, and subscribe. Please, 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 please subscribe. You can join the discord.gg/TomCrown. Also, check out the playlist full of educational content. Their boss. That's all for today. I got up early. I did it, fam. Go have a kick-ass day. I love you all. Crown out.